so I'm not sure that it was directly relatable. Let's take a look at it. And that's a fairly good grasp of the old face mask right there. That was a 4-finger grab, and that's 15 yards. If you only get 2 fingers, sometimes it's incidental. You didn't know that's how they called it.
Face mask on the defense.
And that is Malik Woods, the Panthers' leading tackler, being flagged for the face mask call. So 2 penalties here on this series already against Coach Fleetwood's defense has kind of aided the cause here for the Senators, as they're going to have another first down.
A little bit of an incredulous look on Coach Fleetwood's face at this point. I think head coaches have gotten a lot more mellow. We haven't seen too many histrionics or anything on the sideline this year. Those head coaches, they've been pretty mellow group.
We've had a good group this year.
We have.
So here is Sparkman, already in the AFS red zone. First drive of the game. Here comes Huntsville with the run blitz, and Ward is unable to pick up any positive yardage on the play. There you saw the leading tackler, Malik Woods, in there. Also had some help from Todd Whitmire.
Yeah, Whitmire comes off that block, and I tell you, if he would have not made that play, that ball was going to spit into that secondary and go a long way.
Play loses 2. It'll be second down and 12. Also Mike Adams, senior defensive end, in on the action there. Second down and 12 at about the 18-yard line. Ward with a little play action fake, passes away and incomplete. Looked like some miscommunication with his senior receiver, Carmelo Montgomery.
Yeah, Montgomery was running a wheel route down the bottom of the numbers towards the end zone, and it looked like that somebody thought it was going to be an outcut just thrown to the sideline. And fortunately, that one was not intercepted. That one would have gone back a long way to the other side.
So third down and 12. Possibly 2 down territory here for Sparkman. Here's the quarterback keep, Josh Ward. Minimal yardage, maybe 3 to about the 15. So here comes a 4th down decision for the Senators.
Interesting call on 3rd and 12. Just a inside power run. Probably the thinking was, let's get half of it here and get the other half on 4th down. But just a couple of yards, so this will be a 4th and 9.
Their place kicker, Christian Burris, has hit 2 of 5 field goal attempts this year. His longest 25. From here would have been about a 32-yard attempt. So the Senators will go for it on 4th and 9. Ward passes away, and it's caught inside the 5. Rozier spins out of a would-be tackle. He's into the end zone for the Harveys on Noble touchdown.
Well, you got a real good look at why Matthew Rozier is a returning All-State player. First of all, that's not the easiest catch in the world that he just made, and that nice little dip and rip at the end of that. Watch him. This ball is going to be up and away. He just plucks that thing right out of the air, spins out, dips that shoulder, and then shows that speed and gets it in the end zone. Really a nice play by Matthew Rozier.
9th touchdown of the season for the senior, Matthew Rozier. And the extra point attempt, Burris knocks it through for a 7-0 lead for the visitors from just outside the city of Huntsville in the Harvest community area. Sparkman with the early lead, 7-0. A drive that lasted almost 4 minutes here in the first quarter. Hey, T-Spa in Huntsville. At the Salon Professional Academy in Huntsville, we are driven to help you grow and succeed and are so excited about your future. Our small class sizes can prepare you for cosmetology careers and promotes an intimate learning environment. T-Spa in Huntsville.
Happy looking group.
Yes.
I sent my wife up there. She needs to get her hair styled. She told me today.
Well, Coach Fleetwood's team is down quickly here, 7-0, Coach.
Yeah, not the way you want to start. Well, Sparkman looked like the highest scoring team in the state on that drive. Very impressive. Showed a lot of speed.
And a look there at Huntsville's Amari Jabbar awaiting the kickoff from this young man, Thomas Minold. And the Sarah Automotive kickoff will be fielded by an up man for Huntsville. That's Ashton Cardwell. And with a nice return just across the 35-yard line. And that is where the Huntsville Panthers will begin their first offensive series of the game. Huntsville coming in not quite the offensive numbers from Sparkman, but they do average 27 points a game.
I've been anxious to see Carlin Long, the junior running back, who has really been pretty darn good this year and last year. So
there's Jax McClung, the starting quarterback, completing about 63% of his passes, just at 1,000 yards passing on the season with 9 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. He's been the guy ever since Stone Lawless was hurt. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on. First down give to Carlin Long, that coach was just referring to, but play was defended well there by the Sparkman defense.
Yeah, lots of white shirts at the point of attack that time, and not much room for that young man to maneuver right there.
As you said, though, good season coming into the almost 900-yard rushing mark. Second down and 8. Flushed out of the pocket. Pass downfield, and it is complete. Complete to Huck Henley out at the 47-yard line for an Amherst first down.
That's really a nice job by Hensley of going down and getting the football. He had 25 catches coming into this game, and this is number 26. Nice job of getting those hands under the ball and great concentration.
So McClung completes his first ball of the night on the move. Throws it again on first down. Got a receiver downfield, and it's caught inside the 20-yard line. It went right through the hands of the defender and right into the arms of the wide receiver.
Well, one of the things that you try to teach defensive backs is to play from the receiver back to the ball. And that time, I think Sean Williams got up there pretty good, but again, just over his fingertips, and really nice concentration by number 6. I think that's Husky to make the play.
Cam White's 6th reception of the year. Here is Carlin Long in trouble behind the line of scrimmage and will be finished off by Cameron Starks of Sparkman. So a negative play here on first down.
Good penetration that time by the center of their defense.
So that'll knock them behind the chains. Second down. Coming up here for the Panthers. Second down and 16. Klung's pass is complete to Cam White. So White with 2 catches in this drive, but a short gain. It'll set up third down and long.
Good job by White that time of going up and getting the ball, and just a little dig route over the middle, split the linebackers with it. Tell you what, I feel like I'm back in the old AFL so far. These offenses have been up and down the field.
So third down and about 10. McClung fakes. Got one-on-one coverage out there with the intended receiver, Mari Jabbar, but incomplete. Covering that time for Sparkman was Sean Williams.
Yeah, and very well covered by Williamson that time. Kept his cushion, was over the top of the deep ball, and really, even if the ball would have been on the money, it had a very, very low percentage chance of being completed.
So it's 4th and 8. There you see McClung staying out on the field. They do have a very good place kicker in Sims Bowman, so McClung will stay out to hold, and so Bowman will come on. He is 4 of 7 on field goals on the season, along of 49, so this is well within his distance. And it is no good. Just missed it wide left.
Had that hook on it, and it just barely went off.
We'll take a break and return to Milton Frank Stadium in Huntsville after this timeout.
Sylacauga's best kept secret? No more. Harvey's on Noble is the place to go for the area's best food and drinks. Whether you're in the mood for steak, burgers, salad, seafood, or dessert, Harvey's on Noble will not disappoint and the atmosphere is perfect for catching the big game or just relaxing after work. Harvey's is open for dinner Wednesday through Saturdays, so round up the family and we'll see you at Harvey's on Noble, downtown Sylacauga.
Mr. President, Bessemer Superhighway is backed up. What are we going to do?
Are you serious? Get me the King Boys.
King Boys Towing is the fastest growing tow and recovery company in Birmingham and surrounding areas for one reason. Our customers are our top priority. Whether your car has been in an accident, is stuck in the driveway and won't start, or you just need a tow to your preferred repair shop, give us a call. Our fleet of flatbed tow trucks will provide courteous and fast service. King Boys Towing, 205-428-3235.
If you're looking for big-time fun for the entire family, Coach Rhodes still says he's going to come check out the elevated Ninja Challenge course that you see in the bottom left.
Yeah, I got a question on that too, Mickey.
You got to come to big time entertainment. And Coach, I just want to hear your question. What is your question?
Well, what exactly do I have to do on that? I mean, it looks like a lot of fun.
The object of that activity is you go in this elevated course, which is above the 85 game arcade. And the object of the activity is to stay on the obstacles and not fall to the ground.
Where are the go-karts?
You'll find them. First down pass is incomplete. Boy, that was right in the hands of Jaden Drip Thomas. He just dropped that one, Coach. That is very un-Thomas-like.
Yes, it is. And, you know, sometimes that's the worst place you can put a ball is right on the money. But I tell you, the Senator offense moves fast, too, now. They run a lot of plays in a short period of time.
Second down and 10. Huntsville showing pressure. They do bring a couple of extra rushers. A whistle before the snap. Could this be our first penalty against Sparkman?
All right. Prior to the snap, false start on the offense.
And it is indeed the first penalty against Coach LaRon White's team. Huntsville's been penalized twice.
Coach White looking very head coachly right there. Working that bubble gum pretty well. 177 and 55. In his career, those two state titles at Tanner, 29 and 25 at Sparkman.
And for his offense, we're going to have to overcome a 2nd and 15 as they are backed up now to the 15. Pass is a dart and complete to Huck Henley out to the 21-yard line, a gain of 6.
Yes, a little scat concept again. By that I mean there's a receiver that's going to break to the outside, one breaks to the inside. The defender that you saw at the far left of your screen is the flat defender, and you just try to stretch him horizontally and throw opposite.
So 3rd down and 9. Chance for the Huntsville defense to get a 3 and out. And we've got another false start here. They're going to get Thomas leaning toward the line of scrimmage.
Prior to snap, false start on the offense.
Dead ball penalty, legal procedure against Sparkman. 5-yard penalty.
Well, of all the offenders that can jump offside, receivers are the worst because they're removed.
They're not even going by the sound of the quarterback's cadence, are they?
They can see the ball, and I promise you, the play will not start until the ball is snapped. There aren't many certainties in life, but that is one of them, Mickey.
Pre-snap penalties. They still bug you, Coach.
Yes, they do.
3rd down and 14. Huntsville shows blitz, backs off this time. And McClung slings it downfield, and it's picked at the 44-yard line by Jaden Scott. It looked like Rozier had a step, Coach, but pass might have been a bit underthrown.
Well, I tell you what, this is really a nice job of picking that thing off. Was that Rodarius Hardy?
Rodarius Hardy, yes.
If you're going to watch to the right of your screen, as you see the post route appear, he is right in that hip pocket and makes up that ground, high points the ball. Boy, that's really, really well played. Watch him cut right underneath the front hip of that receiver, high point the ball and bring it down. Really a nice play by Hardy right there to bring that ball in.
Looked like Rozier had done his job and gotten behind the defender. But a turnover, first of the game. That sends Huntsville's offense back out there. Here's McClung. His pass is away and incomplete. Flag comes in at the end.
Yeah, it might be a late hit out of bounds. We'll see. A lot of pressure on McClung early, and really had no time to set up and throw in rhythm.
Personal foul, dead ball penalty against the defense. And we see the push right at the end of the play, clearly out of bounds and totally unnecessary there by Sid Walker.
Yeah, and you know, I was watching the Sparkman coaches on the sideline. I recognize that body language pretty well. That's a little bit of frustration because they've hurt themselves a little bit here in the last few minutes.
3 penalties now here in the first quarter alone against Sparkman. So first down. McClung goes deep. He's got his man inside the 10-yard line. Amari Jabbar lays out and makes the catch for the Amherst first down. It'll be 1st and goal in the AFS red zone.
Well, the thing you want to do on a post route is to throw it down the middle field and lay it up and give your receiver a chance to run underneath it. And that's exactly what happens on this play. And great concentration by Amari Jabbar to put Huntsville knocking on the door.
36th catch of the season for Jabbar. Here is the handoff up the middle to Carlin Long. He's not really been able to break loose here as the Sparkman defense wraps him up after a short game.
Yeah, you know, he's averaging 6 yards a carry, and they've done a good job of bottling him up to this point. But
long way to go, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
Long way to go for Carlin Long. 2nd down and goal at the 5. McClung pitches to Long and dropped the football, and it's picked up by Camarion Starks. And so Huntsville turns it over on 2nd and goal.
Well, the ball was a little bit behind. This is just the speed option down the line. The ball's pitched a little bit behind Long, but very, very catchable. And probably he's trying to look and see exactly what tackler he has to beat right here. You can see the ball's a little bit behind, but that ball's catchable. And nice heads-up play by Sparkman by first, tackling the pitch back where you can't get back on it, and then, of course, getting on the ball. And what a big turnover for the Senators.
When you're playing the type of offense that Sparkman has, you've got to take advantage of those opportunities.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You can't let those go by the board.
So Huntsville unable to cash in on the interception as they turn it right back over inside the 10. So here is Sparkman back out on offense, 1st and 10. Ward keeps right up the middle. Conservative play call gets them out to the 10-yard line where it'll be 2nd down and 6.
It's about the 4th time they've run that quarterback ISO, and it's probably averaging about 3 yards a carry.
So 2nd down and 6. Boy, Huntsville hadn't been shy about sending those linebackers, have they, Coach?
No, they've done a lot of movement with those outside guys and that Mike Backer, moving them around, giving them different looks.
2nd down, nothing doing there for Jaden Thomas as he is wrapped up by a host of Huntsville defenders, including Mike Adams, number 95, who's made 2 tackles already here in this first quarter. So an opportunity now for the Huntsville defense to get off the field and get the football back after the turnover.
Yeah, and this is a very critical play because this could give Huntsville very good field position if they can come up with this big 3rd down stop.
Sparkman needs to get just across the 17-yard line. 3rd down along 5. The pass from Ward is complete to Rozier, and he's going to have the Amherst first down out at the 21. That's a great job of execution, play calling as well. Just kind of an extended handoff to number 2, and you like your chances for him to pick up 5 yards.
Yeah, he's really smooth now. His speed is deceptive right here. He gets around that edge in a big hurry, and that's twice they've gone to him and really make or break situations, and he's delivered both times.
Already over 600 yards receiving now after 2 catches tonight. 1st and 10 as Sparkman keeps the football. Huntsville unable to get off the field. Here is Thomas. Nice surge across the 25 to the 26 for a gain of 5.
Pretty good push by the left side of that offensive line. And that is a big offensive line now. Left tackle 6'6", 350. That's a pretty good start. 280, 260, 320, 305, 310. Those are not little fellas.
That's high school.
That's it. That's not the Kansas City Chiefs. No, Mickey, that is.
2nd down and 5. As this drive started from the 5 after the Huntsville fumble. As Ward gets it out of his hands quickly, Rozier steps out of bounds after a gain of 2, maybe 3. So here's a 3rd and short coming up for the Senators.
Yeah, ran the read power that time, pulled 2 blockers on the backside to the front side to try to pull those linebackers out of the formation through the screen back the other way, but pretty well defended by Huntsville.
So it's 3rd down and 3. Got 3 receivers lined up on the short side of the field for Sparkman. Play clock under 10.
A little sense of urgency on that sideline.
And they just get it off. Ward keeps. And well, it's going to depend on the spot. Official walks in maybe just a bit short. We'll see
where he puts it.
No, they're going to wave it. They're going to wave the chains on.
Tell you what, our referee has got some of the best eyesight I have seen this year.
It's kind of a close enough. Let's go.
I'd say he had by at least a 1/4 of an inch. It's that quarterback ISO again. Really not much push right there.
Yeah, interesting there. The knee may have went down a little earlier than the official saw, but
he got every bit of that.
It is a 1st down out at the 31. As we're under a minute to play here in this fast-moving 1st quarter. All-out blitz. Here's Rozier, a little pitch, and is spun down at the 34-yard line, and that should take us to the end of the 1st quarter as Rozier had a big impact here in this 1st quarter. A touchdown catch, another catch, and a nice run there on 1st down. And the Sparkman Senators out to a 7-0 lead after 1/4 from Milton Frank Stadium in Huntsville. You're watching the AHSAA Game of the Week presented by AmFirst.
The perfect checking account doesn't exist. Not at a bank, that is. So why do you keep looking there? At AmFirst, you can get no minimum balance or monthly fees, an instant issue debit card, and free checks with unlimited check writing. But who doesn't want more? Like a rewards program you'll actually use, and convenient digital tools that make it easy to manage your account from anywhere. Now you could try and find that at a bank, or you could save yourself the trouble by checking with us.
We are the Salon Professional Academy.
We are ambitious.
We are passionate.
We are supportive.
We are Redken Premier School.
We are driven.
We are fun.
We are dedicated.
We are diverse.
We are inspired.
We are uplifting.
We are artistic.
We are the future.
We are unique.
We are welcoming.
We are talented.
What's next? Come in and see for yourself.
1, 2, 3, T-Spa!
Well, a Josh Ward to Matthew Rozier touchdown catch in the 1st quarter, the only scoring so far as we get set to begin the 2nd quarter. And there's our Smile Cam presented by T-Spa in Huntsville. A good look at some of the fans in attendance tonight at Milton Frank Stadium, a stadium that Coach, you know very well, it's been around a long time. It's a 12,000-seat multi-purpose stadium, mainly used now for Huntsville City High School and middle school football, soccer, and track competition. So here's the second down give, and not much of a gain there for Thomas, so it's going to set up a third and short.
Yeah, and they've done a lot of work to the stadium, and it really is in beautiful shape and very, very nice facility.
Turf went down in the 90s, replacing the natural surface. Good look there at Milton Frank Stadium, and really the amenities that have been added have really made this a really nice venue in the city of Huntsville. Host to a big game tonight in 7A Region 4. It's 3rd and 4 for Sparkman. Ward with the fake, gets rid of it quickly, and it's caught. And guess who? Rozier. It is an Amherst first down, a 7-yard throw and catch, and it is no secret, Coach, who Josh Ward is looking for when he needs a big play.
Well, I tell you what, but he paid a price that time. Jonah McNeely is going to lay the wood to him right there, and that one hurt.
And he stays on the field.
That didn't hurt that bad.
Tough young man.
Yes, sir.
Well, Coach, this drive started at the 5 after the Huntsville fumble, and 3 first downs. It got him out to the 44.
Yeah.
This is a big drive here for both of these teams.
Yeah, it really has been a very methodical drive, and they just, you know, been very patient.
Thomas on the carry, and not much up the middle as the middle of that Huntsville defense winning the battle at the line of scrimmage that time.
Yeah, and one of the questions you going in is how Huntsville is going to be able to hang in there with that very big Sparkman offensive line. But I think they've more than held their own to this point. Inside runs have had a really pretty tough go.
2nd down and 9. Ward passes downfield, and it is caught in stride is Montgomery. He got behind the coverage, and he is going to take it in for the Harveys on Noble touchdown. Carmelo Montgomery, his 7th touchdown of the season.
Yeah, just a straight fly route and a really good job of stacking the defender. Anthony is able to get directly, or excuse me, Montgomery is able to get directly behind the defender and watch him high point that ball. Nice concentration, pull that thing in. And that had to be a lot of fun for that young man.
And here is Christian Burris on to attempt the extra point, the Sonny King extra point, and it is right through there. So it is now a 14-0 lead. What a drive by Sparkman. They basically get the turnover inside the 10-yard line, and we'll see the replay here is Huntsville with an opportunity on 2nd and goal. Instead, they fumble. Sparkman gets the football, and then this methodical drive, Coach, turns into a big play drive.
Sure does, and that turnover resulted in a potential 14-point swing, and I think when they write the story of this game, that's going to be a big part of it. Really a well-thrown ball and nice concentration again by Montgomery for that big play.
Montgomery, a really good-looking receiver, tall target, a lot of length, good speed.
Yeah, all 6'5" of him. Bet he plays a little bit of hoops too, huh?
Josh Ward. Sometimes when you've got a receiver breaking that open downfield, you kind of underthrow it, trying to be careful. He put it right there in, allowed Montgomery to just never break stride.
Yeah, he took his time, you know, threw it on time, loaded up the backside, threw it. Really a very nice ball. Well, Huntsville's got to answer.
And so the Sarah Automotive kickoff will be a touchback. As Jabbar elects to not bring it out. So now here comes Jax McClung, the quarterback, and the Huntsville offense. All of a sudden they find themselves down 14 points here, 10 minutes to go before halftime.
Well, and you know, they've got a little bit of a psychological war now. I mean, they know that they were knocking on the door to score, and instead of being 7-7, as I said, it's 14-point swing. Now it's 14-0. But they've got to put all that in the background, and they've just got to concentrate one play at a time.
Way too early to get out of your game plan too, Coach, right?
Oh, yeah. Just keep playing.
1st and 10 at the 20. McClung hands off to Long. And this is his best run from scrimmage of the night as he picks up 8 yards.
Yeah, a little split zone that Long is gonna keep it front side and bounce it outside. Nice job of stalk blocking on the outside initially to give him that soft edge.
2nd down and 2. McClung rolling out, passes away and caught at the 40-yard line, and they're going to rule it a completion as Cam White with his 3rd reception of the night, and it is an Amherst first down for the Panthers.
That's a nice throw and good concentration on the end of it. That was on the run, really running away from the line of scrimmage. Very difficult to throw that ball accurately, but able to get it done. Watch, that ball's right on the money. Beautiful throw. Good concentration. And had a foot pretty close to the sideline.
That was close. 3rd down and 2. It's not a first down, actually. They're going to have to pick it up on 3rd down. And McClung, what a job by McClung. He was hit behind the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was going to be knocked down short of the first down, but he was able to pick it up.
Well, he got belted pretty good. He's able to outrun his read, but here comes the safety down. And watch this little spin move after contact is made. Nice job of great anticipation on his part.
Shaden Beechin coming up to lay the lumber to him, but he didn't wrap up. So it is a very important Amherst first down for Huntsville. And this is Long. Deliberate run there as he was trying to give his blocks time to set up, only able to pick up a couple of yards.
Yeah, and hasn't really been able to really pop loose yet tonight. A couple of nice runs, but
2nd down and 8. McClung never saw the rusher coming from the edge, and the pass is incomplete. Number 33 bearing down on him. That was Sparkman's Cameron Watkins.
That's what's called a full slide protection. And everybody slid all right away from number 33, and he was untouched in the backfield. And very fortunate that wasn't another turnover. Somebody's got to account for that young man. You know, it's okay to slide away, but you got to have somebody filling into that open area.
So a 3rd down and 8. Huntsville 45% on 3rd downs coming into the game. They need this one. Pass downfield, and it is caught for a first down at the 45-yard line. Huck Hensley caught it, but what a job by Jax McClung. He was being pressure coached, throws against his body and throws a bullet.
Yeah, initial pressure by Cameron Watkins again took an inside charge that time, but you called it exactly right. That is a great pressure throw, and again, right on the money.
28th reception of the season for Huck Hensley, and it is a big first down at the 44-yard line. Here is Long, and a little momentum now on the Panther side of the field as Long picks up 12 yards, his longest run from scrimmage.
Yeah, and really a nice job by the right side of the Huntsville offensive line. You're going to see that's a down kick out. Long does a nice job of hugging his blockers, and Huntsville's got another drive going.
1st and 10 at the 44 of Sparkman, and Hensley unable to go anywhere. Jalen Chambers coming up with a fine defensive play.
Yeah, and Cam White is responsible for setting the edge, and really kind of became a spectator on that play. And a big open field hit, and that's just the way you teach it right there.
Loss of a yard on the play. 2nd and 11. McClung throws downfield, incomplete. Cam White was the intended receiver. Pass was nowhere near him.
Well, one thing I've learned so far tonight, whoever is on the side that Cameron Watkins is on, number 33 for Sparkman, they better bring a lunch, because that guy is a pass rushing machine. He is upfield every snap and has been a handful. Here's a look at the young man right there, 6', 225.
3rd and 11. McClung pressured again, gets rid of it. It's caught. It's going to be a first down. Amari Jabbar spun forward and picked up the yardage for the Amherst first down. But once again, it's McClung hanging in there, coach, under duress.
Yeah, and this is a really nice job by number 44, Alex Moore, the H-back, who took on Watkins and was able to ride him by his quarterback and give him a little more time to throw yet another very impressive pass.
They go back to the ground game. It's Long, and Long would not be denied. And Long's going to break tackles and take it in for the Harveys on Noble. Touchdown.
Well, this is just your basic power, dip and rip, 360, double stiff arm, run for a touchdown. And this is a very, very impressive run. I didn't realize the strength this young man has. Watch this right here. All right, there's the inside cut. Now watch him just spin away right there. Little stiff arm right there. And we're going to the house. How about that run, Mickey?
Long not denied there. So now the extra point attempt from Sims Bowman, who is 23 of 26 on the year on PATs. What a drive. Down 14-0. Huntsville puts together a really, really impressive drive, and quarterback Jax McClung with some big plays.
Yeah, really, very much so. Right when they had to have it, too. And I tell you, Mickey, this is a pretty fun football game to be watching and calling right here. These two teams are playing really, really hard and playing well.
Even Steven, really. Take away that turnover inside the 5. This could be a 7-point advantage for Huntsville, or at least a tie game. Regardless, it is a big score here for the Panthers. A Sonny King extra point is perfect from Bowman. He is now 24 of 27 on the season. It is a 14-7 game with 7:18 now to play here in the first half.
What a nice run right here. Nice little inside cut again. Watch this little 360 and a little stiff arm there right at the end of it.
Nice block there on the edge also too, coach, by tight end Alex Moore on the young man you were talking about, Cameron Watkins. Not an easy block when you can get Watkins out of the way.
No, that's for sure. Really good job on his part. You ever tried to stiff arm anybody, Mickey?
Yeah. Wasn't very good at it.
It's an easy way to separate your shoulder.
Yes, it is. Hey, we want to remind you, coming up next Thursday night, we'll be right back at it with Thursday Night Lights. We will be down in the Montgomery area, Pike Road at Carver, Montgomery, 7 o'clock kickoff with the AHSAA statewide game of the week presented by Amherst. What is your initial thoughts on this matchup, Coach?
It'll be some of the top players in the state will be playing. Carver has been playing extremely well. And, of course, Pike Road is the defending 5A state champions that moved up this year. So it's going to be another fun game.
And the Sarah Automotive kickoff. Fielded just inside the 10-yard line by Chambers, and he breaks free. And Chambers with a huge return. If it weren't for Lawrence Taylor, he might have a touchdown. But regardless, it's going to be great field position.
Well, he sets up his blockers really well. Watch this little burst to the sideline. For a minute, it looked like he was going to go to the house, but nice job by the last man standing, the safety right there. So number 17 for Huntsville, Lawrence Taylor.
So Josh Ward and the Sparkman offense, after being on the sideline for a few minutes with that Huntsville drive, back out there now. 7:09 to play here in the second quarter as they start this drive at the Huntsville 38 after the huge kickoff return. And a whistle before the snap.
The snap, delay game on the offense.
And that'll get you shaking your head. All those unforced errors, you know, those are the things that you just do not want to see as a coach.
4th penalty so far against Coach White's team tonight. Huntsville had the first 2 penalties, now 4 in a row for unanswered penalties by the Senators. And on this handoff here, short gain there for Jaden Thomas.
Yeah, tried to run that speed sweep back into the boundary, and of course you're going back to that short field, and Huntsville defended it very well, made it bounce deep, and just ran out of field.
3-yard gain, 2nd down and 12. Ball spotted just short of the 40-yard line. 2nd down and 12. Ward rolling out and just slings it out of bounds. Didn't have anything working there downfield, and we've got a flag late.
Might be a late hit. Roughing the quarterback.
That will not make Coach Fleetwood very happy. He would have had him in 3rd and long.
Yeah, that's a big penalty. Yeah, tried to run a wheel route down the bottom of the numbers to the left side. Very well defended, nowhere to go with it. And boy, that late hit is a big play.
Well, you go from 3rd and 12 now to 1st and 10 at the 26.
Yeah, and you go from the middle of the field to basically the red zone. It's a pretty big penalty.
That is the 3rd penalty of the half against Huntsville. We can see it here on the replay, and that is White coming in way late.
Yeah, I'd say that's about as roughing can get. I mean,
Mike Adams, correction, coach.
I mean, he had already finished his follow-through.
1st down, nothing doing that time for Thomas as he is pushed back by a couple of Panther defenders. 2nd and 10.
I prefer to say he ran into a big red wall because he hit that big young man right there and went absolutely nowhere. It's big number 90, Tyreek Hinton. Got him listed as 6'1", 240. I don't know. It's a little bigger than 240 to me.
Forward progress actually gave him a couple of yards. We'll call it 2nd down and 7. And first carry of the game for Jabari Davis, the sophomore, and he will be tackled for loss. There you see the play made by Todd Whitmore. And then also number 40 in on it, Jordan Wimberly.
Good penetration that time, and they've had that a few times. That sideline's pretty active now. Of course, when you're calling plays as quickly as they are, I mean, those coaches on the sideline now, they don't draw breath.
3rd down and 7 at the 24. Here comes the blitz. Ward throws downfield toward the end zone, and he's got Matthew Rozier, 2nd touchdown catch of the game.
But they used motion a little in and out, and then ran a little flat route, and it pulled the corner up to that side, and the safety, Rozier, beat one-on-one to a corner route right to the flag, and really a nice job of throwing the ball right in that void. You can see the corner trying to make up lost ground, but the safeties to the inside, corners to the outside. And Rozier is right in the middle of the ball, extremely well thrown as well, and the result is another Sparkman touchdown.
And Burris is perfect with his 3rd extra point here in the first half. It's back to a 2-touchdown lead, 21-7, as Ward and Rozier for the 2nd time tonight hook up for the touchdown.
Retirement planning, investment planning, education planning, ad valorem, blah, 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 blah. Financial planners love to show their version of a perfect retirement, but what about your perfect retirement? At AmFirst Financial, we'll get to know you first, so we can make a plan for the person you'll be years from now, and future you will be glad we planned ahead. So call AmFirst Financial today. You'll thank you later.
Right Way Auto is offering cash on the spot for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Our inventory is low, and to turn that around, we are buying pre-owned vehicles in good shape. Visit our 2 locations today on the Motor Mile in Anniston or Highway 21 in Mumford. We will buy your car even if you don't buy ours. Right Way Auto is offering cash on the spot for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Cash on the spot today for your vehicle at Right Way Auto Sales in Anniston and Munford.
Well, coming up tomorrow night for our My 68 viewers out of Birmingham, you've got a great Friday Night Rivals matchup from the East Alabama area as Southside of Gadsden travels to Lou Skell Stadium in the Valley to take on Alexandria. A lot to cheer about tonight here at Milton Frank Stadium for Sparkman, as they are out to a 21-7 lead over Huntsville as Ward and Matthew Rozier team up for another touchdown catch. And Sparkman Senators with a Sarah Automotive kickoff to Huntsville. It'll be taken in at the 6-yard line. This is Jabbar, and he will advance it out to the 26. Forward progress stop right there. Nice job by Malachi Jones coming down on special teams.
Nice little back suplex by Jones on the tackle. You didn't know I had my pro wrestling moves, did you? Huh?
You got it all, Coach.
Junior high school, big time wrestling every Friday night. Every Friday night. Couldn't miss it.
Did you find in all your years coaching that good wrestlers made good football players?
Almost always. Almost always. You know, I coached a little bit of wrestling in my younger days. 2 things I know about it. Don't have to worry about conditioning. Don't have to worry about discipline. Anybody that does that has got plenty of both.
And here is Long. Runs into the official. Official takes a fall. Long with a nice gain for an first down.
I thought that was very poor tackling by the umpire. I think if he would have wrapped up, he had him for about a 6-yard gain.
He was trying his best to get out of the way.
It's a nice cutback by Long. But watch right here. See him? Just wrap him up right there. You got him.
And our umpire is okay, so first down. Long this time, not much, as he runs into Antonio Prater, the sophomore defensive lineman for Sparkman.
Who, unlike our umpire, did wrap up and brought him down. I'm not making fun of the umpire. I'm just, you know.
I think the Sparkman defense is well aware now that they better wrap up with number 1 after that last touchdown run. Second down and 8 out at the 48. McClung pressured, never saw the backside defender. This is scooped up by Ponder. He lost it but fell back on it at the 20. Second turnover of the first half here for the Huntsville offense as they were on the move once again.
I think this is Cameron Watkins again, and that's another protection breakdown again. It was a full slide, this time to the right, and nobody picked up Watkins, and this time he wasn't late and he didn't miss. You can see him, he's going to come, and I mean, he is untouched right to the quarterback. When I say full slide, that means the offensive line is actually going to take a little shuffle step to their right or to their left. That time they took it to the right, but somebody's got to pick up that end man.
So we got an equipment issue with Carmelo Montgomery, who'll have to exit the field. Sparkman with a first down at the 21-yard line. Second turnover here in the first half for Huntsville. We can't seem to get this play off.
I'm not exactly sure what the stoppage is this time.
They actually sent Brian Nance back out because of the same issue they sent Montgomery off the field for.
I don't know whether it's illegal equipment.
And here Montgomery.
Okay, he came on and now he's coming back off. So this could be the third team ex-receiver is going to get in the game.
So we've got Jabari Davis check in, and we've got another whistle. This is Coach White calling a timeout. First timeout taken by either team here in the first half.
I think he just kind of wants to get everything settled down, get everybody buckled up and padded up, and probably has something to say.
And we'd like to thank our friends at King Boys Towing and Recovery as they assist us each and every week on Thursday Night Lights, getting lifts out to the particular stadium we are at each week, for helping us provide the great views throughout our telecast. And we've got some great shots for you tonight at Milton Frank Stadium here in Huntsville.
And I say it every week, but those guys, I mean, they have been in the weight room.
They stay in shape to get the job done.
Yep.
So here we go. Let's see if we can snap it here on our third attempt.
Well, I know this is our third or fourth different X receiver we've seen at the bottom of the screen, so.
Here's the pitch to Rozier. He's going to throw it. He's got Montgomery wide open, or correction, that was John Rozier, and it was thrown out of bounds.
Well, if John and Malachi are brothers, somebody's going to hear about this tonight, because that is 6. And unfortunately for Huntsville, Rodarius Hardy, the corner on that side, bit like a hungry bass on that little halfback pass.
Now we know why Coach White called the timeout.
It was a great call. And if you don't believe me, ask Hardy. He knows it was a great call.
Second down and 10. Huntsville dodging a big bullet that time. Here is Thomas. Cuts it back up inside. He was wrapped up down low by Todd Whitmore after a short gain. So it'll be third down and about 6.
I tell you, Thomas, you know, he's 5'5", 155, not the biggest guy, but averages 6.6 yards a carry. Had 578 yards coming into the game. You can see why.
So third down and 6. For the Senators. Ward pressured and will be sacked back at the 24-yard line. First man to arrive on the scene for Huntsville was number 78, Joel Bowman, and then he had some help.
Well, they brought the house that time. You're going to see, I mean, this is gap pressure. There's somebody in every gap, just simply more rushers than there are Sparkman blockers, and they got home.
Mike Adams also getting back there. So fourth down, 13. Again, their place kicker, Christian Burris, his longest field goal of the season is 25 yards. So this would have been about a 42-yarder. So they will go for it on 4th and 13. Ward passes downfield and incomplete. Boy, it was in the hands of Montgomery for a second there, but a great job by the defender coach just fighting that ball out of there.
Yeah, well, the thing that you teach defenders, if you're out of phase, in other words, the receiver has the ball in his hands, you try to separate those hands off the ball. And you can see he goes right up in between those two arms and tries to knock that ball loose. Just a really nice job by Justin Whitaker.
And a huge stop there by the Huntsville defense. I mean, here late in the first half, Coach, to have gone down 28-7, that would have been tough.
Yeah, that would have been really, really tough. Of course, they dodged a bullet on the, on the halfback pass, but great defensive stand right there. Now they got a chance to get it to a 1-score game.
So Huntsville now with 1st and 10, all 3 timeouts, 2 minutes to play. Pressure from the backside, and again, it is number 33, Cameron Watkins. It's just unblockable here in this first half.
Well, they tried to put a blocker on him this time, but it was a running back coming off the fake, and you might want to forget the fake. And not much of a block by Long that time, and Watkins ran right through it.
So it's just an incompletion. Could have been a blindside hit and fumble as it was a moment ago. Instead, it's 2nd down and 10. McClung passes downfield and incomplete, intended for Cam White. He could not hold on. So now it's 3rd and 10. Sparkman with a chance to get the ball back in a couple of timeouts.
Yeah, very much so. And you know, McClung looks a little bit out of rhythm right now. And of course, a couple of shots will do that. And I guarantee in the back of his mind, there's one thing that he's checking every time: where is 33? Because he has been in the backfield with him just about the entire second quarter.
So 3rd down and 10. Sparkman only rushes 3. McClung sidearms it, and it is complete to Jabbar, and Jabbar is going to have the 1st down and much more. He's out across midfield before he runs into Jaden Beecham, but that is a huge conversion for the Amherst 1st down, and the drive stays alive.
Well, that's a good job, first of all, by McClung to negotiate the pocket. Nothing there initially. Watch that sidearm throw now. Great awareness right here. And then Jabbar puts on the Jets.
So 1st and 10 just across midfield. Pass is complete, but Jabbar takes a shot from Jalen Chambers, and it draws a flag. I think Chambers a little bit too vocal there after the hit.
Yeah, those are things you really hate to see. You know, you make a great play and do just what a defensive back is supposed to do, and because you don't have the poise you got to have, you're going to end up getting a big
dead
bite
ball
of
after
your
the
tail.
play was over, had unsportsmanlike
taken out
conduct
by your
on the
coach, and you may end
defense.
up on the sideline. Great hit right there. Just what you teach, and then, you know, just not necessary there at all.
You saw Coach White pointing to his head like, you gotta think. That is a big penalty. That's the 5th penalty in the 1st half against Coach White's team, and this one will move the football further downfield for Huntsville. What an opportunity here for the Panthers if they could score right before halftime.
Very, very much so. And those penalties have been a factor in this game big time, and none bigger than this one right here, which was so unnecessary.
So 1st down at the 29. McClung hands it off to White, and his offensive line just pushes the pile forward. It's going to result in a gain of about 9 yards near the 20.
That is called rolling the pile, and I don't know who came in there late, but it was like an extra boost of jetpack right there that kind of reaccelerated that pile.
2nd down and 1. Football came out of there. McClung had to fall on it. It's a loss back at the 22.
Timeout.
I think our cameraman had ESP. He knew it was going to be a turnover or a near turnover. Couldn't get that ball seated, but nice heads up play by McClung to fall on it,
which gives them a chance to still do something here. Is going to be 3rd down and 3 after they lose a couple of yards on the fumble.
Well, there's a slight difference between the quarterback's helmet and the offensive lineman's helmet. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh, yeah.
Which one do you think is the offensive lineman helmet?
So let me guess, the one with all the scars, right, Coach?
The one that's a real football helmet. You know, you used to be able to tell an offensive lineman because all of them had a scar right at the bridge of their nose where the helmet would knock down on their nose. Thank goodness they've managed to eliminate that, because boy, those would get nasty.
Yeah, suspension helmet could really do a number on your nose.
Oh, yeah. And look at the Huntsville cheerleaders. They are working quite well at their craft.
So 3rd down and 3 for the Panthers. Huge play. McClung drifting back. Got his pass complete to Cam White, but he drifted so far back, I don't know.
Number 5, White.
Stepped out of bounds, though. It did stop the clock with 52 seconds, so I think they are going to rule it an Amherst 1st down.
Well, again, this is another great job of overcoming It's almost impossible to throw an accurate pass when you're running away from the line of scrimmage, but he's done it time and again tonight. Just great arm strength.
The officials call the timeout to possibly measure here. That's how close it is. No question, Huntsville will go for it on 4th down if it's not a first down.
Well,
bird's eye view here.
Yeah, but
got to bring the chains
get
all
a real good
the way
look
across
at
the
the
field.
sticks. Let's say he's a little bit short.
Step left, reps.
Listen in here for the measurement.
Nope, football.
First down, Huntsville.
That is a big first down. 51 seconds, though, remaining here in the first half. But again, Huntsville still does have their 2 timeouts remaining. First down just inside the 20. McClung with only a 3-man rush throws toward the end zone, and it is incomplete, intended for Huck Hensley, and the coverage back there by Donovan DeBose.
Yeah, trying to throw the corner route, very similar to the play that Sparkman scored on earlier, but very well defended, double covered over there. Really nowhere to go with the football. I wonder with 2 timeouts if they might try to pop Long here on one.
Here's Long right up the middle, and he is going to be stopped just inside the 15 as Cameron Watkins helping out on the tackle along with Noah Hartley. Timeout, Huntsville.
And with about a 3rd and about 6, I think.
And the smile count. Once again brought to you by T-Spa, the Salon Professional Academy, right here in Huntsville. Nice shots with the Sparkman Senator Marching Band as they are on deck getting ready to perform here at halftime at Milton Frank Stadium.
Taking advantage of airtime, much to the chagrin of the Huntsville cheerleaders. Pretty good atmosphere in this game tonight.
Yeah. Definitely the game to watch in the Rocket City tonight is these 2 teams playing a very important Class 7A Region 4 game tonight. So 3rd and 4. McClung looks toward his sideline. And McClung gets it over to Jabbar, and Jabbar quick with that football after the catch, steps out of bounds inside the 10.
Yeah, nice job that time by Long of picking up. Watkins coming hard off the edge.
Well, you gotta love the way Jabbar got upfield there, Coach.
Yeah, no, he really did. He showed that burst and got out of bounds too. And
1st and goal.
A big first down.
McClung looking, got a receiver open in the corner and going up to get it. What a catch by Huck Hensley for the Harveys on Noble touchdown.
Well, you know, the Huckster didn't wait for the ball. He went up and got it. He ran a corner route right there. The coverage was not all that bad, but Hensley times it really, really nice, gets up and high points that ball and pulls it down. Watch right here. Watch him go up and get that ball.
That was one-on-one coverage. Donovan DuBose versus Henley. And McClung put it up there, and as you said, Henley went and got it, and we got ourselves a new ball game here as the Sunny King extra point makes it a 7-point game again, 21-14 with 24 seconds to play.
Yeah, big TD. Nice throw. Make sure the ball's to the outside. I wonder if Donovan Dubose, when he looks at the film, won't say maybe I should have run a little bit further and played the ball a little bit more. Looks like maybe he went for the receiver a little bit soon. Those are all easy calls sitting here in my nice comfortable chair. When you're out there, it happens a lot faster.
5th touchdown reception of the season for Huck Hensley, and despite the 2 turnovers by Coach Fleetwood's team, only down by 7. And one of those turnovers, they were inside the 10-yard line of Sparkman. There we see a nice job defensively there by Justin Whitaker. Huge play there. And then McClung hit from the backside and losing the football. Here's the Sarah Automotive kickoff. And another good return by Jalen Chambers. Lost the football at the end of the play, but they are going to rule him down.
I think Chambers trying to make up for that 15-yard penalty in one play there.
All right, Coach, you're Sparkman. What do you do here? Got pretty good field position.
Yeah. I mean, I think you try to get a big one there and see if you can't pop one in.
If they do get a shot downfield, they do have 2 timeouts. Ward with the handoff to Thomas. Thomas breaks the tackle, stays on his feet across midfield, so that basically like a pass play.
Yeah, pretty good call right there.
Big running play.
You know, draw play, not a bad call there at all.
So Sparkman will, I think, use one of their timeouts here, and they will.
That will leave them with 1 with a 11.9 seconds.
Very entertaining first half.
Very much so. Great atmosphere, well played.
We talked about the importance of this game for both of these teams in Region 4. You got Austin sitting atop the region. They're undefeated going into this week's play at 5-0 in the region. It is their region to lose, and then you got about 4 teams bunched together, including these 2, and the winner of this one is very much in the thick of things going forward.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're assured of a playoff berth yet, but they're a long way home, and the loser, more importantly, is going to really have to scramble.
1st and 10 at the 42. As Ward drops back, going to get hit, but the defender didn't wrap up, and Ward is able to throw it away and stop the clock. And
Mickey, I got to tell you, that's one of the strangest plays I've ever seen since I've been involved in football. It almost looked like 2-hand touch. It was. I guess he thought he could chuck him to the ground, but that's a big play. I mean, obviously there's only 4 seconds left, but that would have run the half out.
So looking like possibly one more play here.
Well, I would keep an eye on Matthew Rozier and our 6'5" gentleman, Carmelo Montgomery, number 11.
So Ward drops back with time. Now the pocket collapses, and he is sacked back at the 48. Nice play there by Huntsville's number 90, Tyreek Hinton, and so that'll take us to the end of the first half. And it has been a good first half here as Sparkman will take a 7-point lead into the locker room. They led by 14 points twice here in the first half, but this late touchdown by Huntsville making it a 7-point game as we head into halftime. I'm going to keep it right here and try to catch up with Sparkman coach LaRon White. Coach, again, a very hard-fought first half. You can tell both these teams want this football game.
Yeah, and of course, neighbors. I mean, natural rivals right there. And as you said, the atmosphere has been great. A very hard-hitting game, and for the most part, well played.
All right, we're joined now by Coach LaRon White of Sparkman. And, Coach, thanks for stopping by for just a moment. Mickey Shadricks and Coach Rick Rhodes here. Talk about your perspective on the first half. It is a tight game here at halftime.
Yeah, it is. I thought we came out well. You know, we put points on the board. And I think we got to do a better job of getting off the field on third down. You know, we gave some chances that last drive, you know, a mistake here and there, a penalty here and there. But we got to do better. But right now we're playing good. We just got to be consistent and keep it up.
Coach, just a word more about those penalties. They seem to be inflicted at real crucial times. Anything particular you'll say to the team?
Well, yeah, just got to be smart. You can't let, you know, it's an intense ball game. It's a big ball game. You can't let your emotions get the best of you. You got to play smart, play within yourself, and think about your teammates and not be selfish.
All right, Coach, thanks for stopping by. We'll let you get with your team.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Sparkman coach LaRon White joining us here at halftime. It is a dandy here on Thursday Night Lights from Milton Frank Stadium in Huntsville. It's a 21-14 lead for Sparkman over Huntsville. We'll be back with halftime festivities in just a moment.
We are the Salon Professional Academy.
We are ambitious.
We are passionate.
We are supportive.
We are Redken Premier School.
We are driven.
We are fun.
We are dedicated.
We are diverse.
We are inspired.
We are uplifting.
We are artistic.
We are the future.
We are unique.
We are welcoming.
We are talented.
What's next? Come in and see for yourself.
1, 2, 3, T-Spot!
Retirement planning, investment planning, education planning, ad valorem, blah, 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 blah. Financial planners love to show their version of a perfect retirement, but what about your perfect retirement? At AmFirst Financial, we'll get to know you first, so we can make a plan for the person you'll be years from now, and future you will be glad we planned ahead. So call AmFirst Financial today. You'll thank you later.
You know, Tony, it's almost that time of year again.
Well, we already know the outcome. Roll Tide.
No, not that game. I'm talking about scoring the Game of the Week special at Sunny King Ford.
You can save 20% on Ford or Bronco merch at Sunny King Ford. Just mention Sunny King Ford, Game of the Week.
Only at Sunny King Ford. That's right, Sunny King Ford on the sunny side of the street, Anniston, Oxford.
Now that's a catch.
Sylacauga's best kept secret? No more. Harvey's on Noble is the place to go for the area's best food and drinks. Whether you're in the mood for steak, burgers, salad, seafood, or dessert, Harvey's on Noble will not disappoint, and the atmosphere is perfect for catching the big game or just relaxing after work. Harvey's is open for dinner Wednesday through Saturdays, so round up the family and we'll see you at Harvey's on Noble, downtown Sylacauga.
Get more this fall in Sylacauga with the power of 3. Tony Sarah Ford, Sarah Honda, and Sarah Nissan. The time to buy is now, with more value and selection.
Long before we became a new car dealer, we were a used car dealer, and we know used cars better than anyone. Sarah has hard-to-find inventory arriving daily from around the country, with over 1,200 pre-owned cars and trucks to choose from.
Tony Sarah Ford, Sarah Honda, and Sarah Nissan of Sylacauga, serving Alabama since 1981.
And back at Milton Frank Stadium at halftime here on Thursday Night Lights, it is Sparkman leading Huntsville 21-14, the AHSAA game of the week presented by AmFirst. Hey, coming up on the AmFirst halftime show, Susan Carruthers has all the exciting highlights from last week's game, and also Ken Washington, Director of Officials for the AHSAA, talks with her about the shortage of officials.
Welcome to the AmFirst Halftime Report. I'm Susan Carruthers. Coming up, Ken Washington, head of officials for AHSAA, will join me, and we'll also check out highlights from around the state. Let's travel to Alexandria with the TV 24 game of the week, Leeds at Alexandria. Now to Legion Stadium in Sylacauga, Alabama, the TV 47 game of the week, Central Clay at Sylacauga.
Rose tipped up in the air and it is intercepted on the run. And down the sideline for the touchdown.
That was fantastic. Goodness.
Harris looking in the end zone. Now he throws it in the flat. It's going to be an easy touchdown. Again, Harris to throw. He's throwing with a man wide open. Touchdown. Wow. Harris. And he leaves it coming across, and this side is Hurd. Hurd's got the 5, Hurd's got the touchdown. Full house backfield. And they hand off on the corner, and that is Willie Hurd. Quarterback keeps and falling near the goal.
Now, how about peeking in at 2 Friday night rival games? Birmingham television viewers saw Pleasant Grove take the field on Fairfield.
Receiver goes in for an Ox Foundation Solutions touchdown. Hanley throwing it towards the end zone. And he is out of bounds at the 1. Hanley. 1-yard plunge. Second down and 5. Smith again. This time he's into the end zone. Jordan Smith, the freshman, gets an Ox Foundation Solution touchdown, and the Spartans expand their lead to 27.
Cut it in half. Riley can wait. Probably should have cut it in half and shared it. But anyway, back to football.
Wormley on the carry, and wow, he is fast. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Cam Wormley, an Ox Foundation Solutions touchdown.
And the Mobile television market saw McGill-Tulane take on Spanish Fort.
They got 11 after action because it was first and 15. Right. And now they want to air it out. Walker hangs it up, picked off again. Wilson, he puts a foot in the ground, he cuts it up, and he's got a first down and more from the 44. Sawyer Wilson, touchdown Toros. No flags. 1st and 10. Found another goal on an end around. They give it off to Jackson, and Cam Jackson up the near side and for the Toro touchdown.
Yeah, just kind of a slow defense to react. Any kind of misdirection like that, they're just not ready. They're really wore down.
Murchison wants to go over the middle. He's got it for the touchdown. Schamberger.
Offense just moved the ball down the field.
Yep, got to get a stop. Now they do just pooch it to the far side. Ball's up in the air and recovered by the Yellow Jackets. On the snap, way over his head. Green goes back to the 20 to try to get a rugby-style kickoff. He does. Won't even get it back to the line of scrimmage.
What a job, though.
Now, you see Bonner try to throw it for the first time. Intercepted near side. Picked off Schamberger again, and Schamberger is now inside the 30. Here, now they'll want to bring Murchison back in. Murchison, pressure coming, trying to get away, heaves it up, and he's got it for the touchdown!
Great.
4th down, snap, kick, is good. From the near hash, and he tucked it inside the far upright. to extend the lead to 9.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
We are the Salon Professional Academy.
We are ambitious. We are passionate.
We are supportive. We are Redken Premier School.
We are driven.
We are fun.
We are dedicated.
We are diverse.
We are inspired.
We are uplifting.
We are artistic.
We are the future.
We are unique.
We are welcoming.
We are talented.
What's next? Come in and see for yourself.
1, 2, 3, T-Spot!
We are pleased to welcome Ken Washington, Director of Officials for AHSAA, to the AmFirst Halftime Report. Welcome, Ken.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Well, Ken, we've got several questions we want to ask you. We see a lot of commercials on our show every week about the official shortage and the situation going on there. So how many officials have you lost since COVID?
Roughly under 1,000 officials. We have so far been able to get some new officials involved, especially off the help as our news broadcasts have been going out. So we do always appreciate the opportunity of being able to get our message out so we can improve our officials.
Well, and you know, I'm sure a lot left during COVID. Are there any other reasons that people leave high school officiating?
Yeah, we have some issues with parents. Sometimes they get a little bit of motivated with their kids and it turns into the officials, and sometimes they get across the line there. And some of our coaches are a little hard on our officials. They have to realize that these guys and women are working 9 to 5 just like they do, and they're just trying to help out. And we got some things in place that we feel like will help, and it starts with the administration. And if the administration gets the game manager to take control of the fan situation, the officials can take control of the game.
That's right. And, you know, we say it on the show every week, but without high school officials, there are no high school sports. So, you know, that goes to show how important it is. But tell us, how severe is the problem? I mean, are we to the point where games have had to be canceled?
Yes, we actually have a problem this Friday with football. Everybody wants to play their game on Friday night due to homecoming, and nobody wants to move to Thursday. And it's causing a issue with us trying to get officials from other districts to try to travel, probably over 100 miles just so they can have their game on Friday night for their homecoming. But it's not looking too good. So we definitely can use more officials so we don't have to do that, and we can ensure that these games can be played on Friday nights where everybody loves to go and watch and enjoy their kids, especially during homecoming.
Yeah, so anybody out there who's interested in getting into high school officiating, who do they need to call? Where do they go?
They can just send me an email at kwashington@ahsaa.com. That's kwashington@ahsaa.com, and I'll return their email with the instructions on how to get started. We'd love to have them.
Well, that is fantastic, Ken. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Retirement planning, investment planning, education planning, ad valorem, blah, 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 blah. Financial planners love to show their version of a perfect retirement, but what about your perfect retirement? At AmFirst Financial, we'll get to know you first, so we can make a plan for the person you'll be years from now, and future you will be glad we planned ahead. So call AmFirst Financial today. You'll thank you later.
I need the King boys.
Don't call two clowns in a tow truck when you're dreaming of them King boys.
Serving East Alabama for over 20 years, Samco is your local convenient, clean, and friendly gas station. Fill up your tank with gas, diesel, or your favorite snacks and drinks. Samco has 48 locations to serve you in Calhoun, Etowah, Marshall, Talladega, and Cleburne counties. Samco is a proud community leader in giving back to help support local schools in East Alabama. For your convenient, clean, and friendly gas station needs, it's Samco.
Siliconga's best kept secret? No more. Harvey's on Noble is the place to go for the area's best food and drinks. Whether you're in the mood for steak, burgers, salad, seafood, or dessert, Harvey's on Noble will not disappoint, and the atmosphere is perfect for catching the big game or just relaxing after work. Harvey's is open for dinner Wednesday through Saturdays, so round up the family and we'll see you at Harvey's on Noble, downtown Silicaga.
And that'll do it for our AmFirst halftime report. We'll pitch it back to the guys in the studio up in Huntsville for Huntsville vs. Sparkman.
And we are back live at Milton Frank Stadium in Huntsville for the AHSAA Game of the Week presented by AmFirst. You see our score there, Sparkman leading Huntsville 21-14 at halftime in this Class 7A Region 4 matchup. Senior night also tonight for Huntsville. Always love that when the seniors are honored, and so we've got that going on here at halftime. Coach, going on in this game early on, it was all Sparkman as the Senators jumped out to a 14-0 lead behind the arm of Josh Ward. A couple of touchdown passes, one to Rozier, then one to Carmelo Montgomery.
Yeah, and it looked like that this #1 scoring team in the state was going to have their way all night. As you can see, big throw right there, but picked off, and the game kind of turned just a little bit on this right here. A big interception. Looked like that Huntsville was going to answer. Nice throw and catch right there. But Sparkman will come up with a big turnover.
And this was the potential 14-point swing. This was Huntsville's opportunity to go in and tie the game. Instead, it was a turnover inside the 10, and then this was the second touchdown pass I was referencing, Carmelo Montgomery on the receiving end of this Josh Ward pass.
Yeah, just a really nice touch throw right there. But Huntsville will come back. This great run here by Carlin Long, who we featured in the lead up. We'll get the Panthers started.
And then here a nice return, Jalen Chambers answering back with a huge return. Almost broke this one and returned it for a touchdown, but gave his team great field position. And then you see the Ward to Rozier connection again.
In the second half, number 33 for Sparkman, Cameron Watkins was all over the field in the first half.
And then another great job there by the Sparkman defense. And then this was a huge score right near the end of the half as Huntsville pulled to within 7, which is where we are at halftime. 21-14. Should be an interesting second half. We'll return to Milton Frank Stadium in just a moment.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
We are the Salon Professional Academy.
We are ambitious.
We are passionate. We are supportive. We are Redken Premier School.
We are driven.
We are fun.
We are dedicated.
We are diverse.
We are inspired.
We are uplifting. We are artistic.
We are the future.
We are unique.
We are welcoming. We are talented.
What's next? Come in and see for yourself.
1, 2, 3, T-Spot!
And we're joined now by Huntsville head coach Mark Fleetwood. Coach, your team got that touchdown late in the first half to pull to within 7. Talk about the first half.
Well, I just think, you know, offensively mistakes got us down there. We should have come out of there 24-21, and you know, but we didn't. We turned it over down there going into scored, and we missed a field goal. So and then we busted coverage or two, and so you know, we've got to correct that, and if we'll do that, we'll be okay.
Coach, number 33 for Sparkman spent a lot of time in your backfield. Really kind of wreaked havoc a little bit with your protection. Any changes at halftime to try to control him a little bit more?
Yeah, we have to adjust on that and make sure that we slide the right way, and we've got it figured out, I think. So you know, we'll make that adjustment and then hit back.
We are the Salon Professional Academy.
We are ambitious.
We are passionate. We are supportive. We are Redken Premier School.
We are driven.
We are fun.
We are dedicated.
We are diverse.
We are inspired.
We are uplifting. We are artistic.
We are the future.
We are unique.
We are welcoming. We are talented.
What's next? Come in and see for yourself.
1, 2, 3, T-Spot!
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA.
Siliconga's best kept secret? No more. Harvey's on Noble is the place to go for the area's best food and drinks. Whether you're in the mood for steak, burgers, salad, seafood, or dessert, Harvey's on Noble will not disappoint, and the atmosphere is perfect for catching the big game or just relaxing after work. Harvey's is open for dinner Wednesday through Saturdays, so round up the family and we'll see you at Harvey's on Noble, downtown Silicaga.
And we are just about set to begin the second half here on the AHSAA Game of the Week presented by Amherst. We are at Milton Frank Stadium in Huntsville. Nip of fall in the air. Great night for high school football. There you see Sparkman has it teed up, and kicking off is Caden Dolgner, and the Sarah Automotive kickoff is taken by Jabbar, and he will return it to about the 22-yard line, taken out of bounds by Sparkman's Sid Walker. So, Coach, this is a huge opportunity here right out of the locker room for the Huntsville Panthers.
Yeah, really big series right here for, well, I mean, for both teams to start the second half. You know, we see every week how important the first 5 minutes of this half is, but when it's a one-score game and you got the ball, boy, that just doubles the ante.
And this Panther offense turned it over twice in the first half. And again, Coach Fleetwood talking about how big that turnover inside the 10-yard line on first and goal was, or second and goal. But it's just a 7-point game as we begin the second half. And this offensive series for Huntsville begins at their own 23. Jax McClung, solid first half at quarterback. And I tell you, Carlin Long is starting to get it going. A huge run here on the first play from scrimmage of the second half. He's all the way down to the Sparkman 36-yard line, taken down by Sean Williams, but it's an Amherst first down on the first play of the second half.
This is inside zone, and a nice job of getting that combination block up to the second level. You saw number 65, Brennan Wilcutt, 5'11", 225-pound junior, lead the way.
Marlon Long again, a gain just a couple of yards. Big number 99, Omar Talley, helping out on the tackle.
Well, of course, you can see that that's 2 runs in a row, one for big yards and one for 4 yards on first down, and I'm not sure that the second one wasn't more important than the first one.
Long again, third straight time they've called his number. Only about a yard of forward progress here. Ball coming loose at the end, but they're going to rule its forward progress stop. So it's going to be third down and about 5 for Huntsville.
Yeah, not much right there. They just kind of caved in the whole left side of the Huntsville offensive line. Just, you know, great interior play and great pursuit to the football by that Sparkman defense. Well, I think this is the biggest play in the game so far right here. 3rd and 6.
McClung fakes, rolls to his right, under pressure, and just has to throw it away. Sparkman had everything covered that time.
Well, it was a bootleg pass, but it really wasn't much of a bootleg, just kind of a little flash fake right there. You know, you try to suck that defensive end opposite the play in, thinking it's a runaway, but the fake had no chance of doing that, and really nowhere to go with the football because of the inability to eliminate that end to the backside.
4th and 5, they will go for it. Huntsville has converted 4 fourth down attempts in the season so far. Pass is incomplete. It was intended for Huck Hensley, and Yves Ponder got a hand in the way there, so the drive will come to an end here on this 4th down.
I'm not sure. I think he just barely tipped it just enough to swat it away right there. So a promising drive kind of fizzles out.
Almost ended as quickly as it began.
Yes, it did.
Like.
It became a big drive in a hurry and stopped just as quickly.
So here comes Sparkman. Josh Ward with the big first half, as we saw in those highlights. Almost drew the Huntsville defensive line off. First down at the 30. They go for a home run on first down, and the pass is caught by John Rozier. He out wrestles the defender for the ball, and he's in the end zone for the Harveys on Noble touchdown.
Boy, did this game turn around in a hurry.
Wow.
Well, it was kind of a 50-50 ball, and just a great job by Rozier of wrestling the ball away and then having the presence to put it in another gear and get downfield. Watch him go up and just take the ball away from the defender. Nice little stiff arm there, and there's going to be no catching him right there. Just a great job by Rozier on a one-on-one move, and wow.
And the extra point is good. What about the night for Josh Ward? That is his 4th touchdown pass of the game. 2 to Matthew Rozier, 1 to Carmelo Montgomery, and now 1 to John Rozier.
And they haven't been 3-yard flood routes on the goal line either.
And we'd like to thank our friends at T-Spa in Huntsville. At the Salon Professional Academy in Huntsville, they are driven to help you grow and succeed and excited about your future. Small class sizes can prepare you for cosmetology careers and promote an intimate learning environment. T-Spa in Huntsville, the Salon Professional Academy. Well, what an odd beginning. I still feel like we're in that Huntsville drive.
Yeah, I mean, we had Carlin Long running down the field. They're set up, in the red zone. The next thing you know, it's 28-14. And you kind of sit there and say, how did that happen? Well, I tell you, the thing that Sparkman does, which I really love as a coach, they throw the ball vertical down the field. It is still the toughest play in football to defend. It's a backbreaker, and it's impossible to throw a deep ball and not have it serve a good purpose unless you get it intercepted.
And our Sarah Automotive kickoff will be taken at the 3 by Jabbar. And Jabbar right back up the center of the field out to the 35, and that is where Huntsville will take over 1st and 10. Coach, they were down by 14 points a couple of times in that first half, so they're not going to cash it in here by any means.
Yeah, I was just going to say they've been here before, and but it's got to be a little bit unsettling to have what looks like the opportunity to tie this thing up, and now you're down 14 again.
And of course, when you keep falling down by 2 touchdowns, it kind of puts pressure on your offense, especially as you get later into the game. So here's Jax McClung back out on the field on all kind of pressure, and guess who? Number 33, Cameron Watkins. He has lived in the backfield tonight.
Yeah, a little bootleg action again, and again, I mean, it's not real big see what Watkins is doing. You can see he's coming right at the snap, and he doesn't miss. I tell you, he takes good angles to the quarterback, doesn't let the quarterback out of the pocket. Just another good job by that young man right there.
So 2nd down and 10. McClung feeling the pressure again from Watkins, and just has to throw a short ball that's complete to Cam White. He steps out of bounds after a gain of 3, so 3rd and 7. And I tell you, Coach, they just don't have an answer so far for number 33.
No, they had their tight end. I think that's more on him that time, and Watkins gave him a little outside move and then beat him to the inside. The running back picked him up late, but not before he disrupted the play.
3rd and 7. McClung rolling out and just backpedaling so far that by the time he throws, there's just not much of a chance of completing the football down the field.
Yeah, and disrupted again by, I don't think I've called his name, number 33, Cameron Watkins. Once more disrupting the Huntsville offense. You can watch him here. He runs through the block late by Moore, doing all he can. And of course, forced very, very deep right there, and just nowhere to go with the ball. Pretty frustrated quarterback at this point.
So a quick 3 and out for Huntsville. Not the ideal start Coach Fleetwood was looking for his team here in this 3rd quarter, as the punt will be down right at 30. We would like to remind you, coming up next week, our Thursday Night Lights crew heads back south as we go to the capital city to see Pike Road at Carver Montgomery. 7 o'clock kickoff for our AHSAA game of the week, presented by Amherst.
Should be a good one. Carver's got 2 of the top prospects in the state, and of course Pike Road coming off that big state championship year of last year.
So this is a big drive here. 14 points has been the biggest deficit for Huntsville, but Sparkman with a 2-touchdown lead and the ball back. This is Jabari Davis, and not much at all, maybe a half yard, and there was Jarrell Goodlow, the 2nd leading tackler on the team, making the stop.
I don't think it's going to be long before you're going to see that ball thrown vertical again. I think they'll keep throwing the ball deep on Huntsville until Huntsville can prove they can stop it. Quite a night for that young man.
Yes, 4 touchdown passes tonight for Josh Ward. He entered the game with 21. He's got 25 after the 4 tonight. Pass is caught at the 35-yard line by John Rozier and then pushed backwards. So it's going to set up a 3rd down and about 3.
It's that little scat concept again where you stretch that flat defender. And thrown very well and on time by that young man right there for another completion. Brings up his 3rd and 5. Excuse me, 3rd and 4.
They need to get it to the 40 to keep the drive alive.
Okay, we got cheekbone 4. Let's see what that is.
Ward pressured from the backside, passes away and caught. Rozier went up and got it at the 45-yard line for an first down. I tell you, Josh Ward never saw the rush coming, and he got the ball away just in time.
Yeah, they're coming hard from the backside. Tell you what, been very impressed with Rozier and especially his catching ability. He's made some really nice catches tonight, and that was one of them right there.
We are seeing why this team came in averaging 44 points a game. The offensive numbers they put up this season have been staggering. First and 10 at the 45. They keep it on the ground with Davis, and this is by far his best run of the night as sophomore Jabari Davis rumbles for an first down.
Yeah, did a little fold scheme, really kind of a trap up front. Brought the right guard, kicked out on the 3 technique on the other side, and a nice hole, and that young man knew what to do with it when he saw it.
Came into the game averaging 4.2 yards a carry. Again, that 14-yard run, his longest of the night. So first down at the 42 of Huntsville. Clock winding down. They got to hurry and get it off. And they just do with 1 second on the play clock. And the pass is caught. That is Carmelo Montgomery. I tell you, what a night for Josh Ward.
Yeah, it took every bit of that 6'5" to pull this thing down, but ball gets out there in a hurry, and not as high as I thought it was. It's a nice catch on the slant route. I tell you, the thing you try to do offensively is to make the defense defend every square inch of the field, stretch them for depth and width. And I tell you, Sparkman has done about as good a job of that tonight as anybody we've seen this year.
Looks like they're going to measure.
Well, I missed the last one, so I won't call anymore. I think he made it by the stripe of the football. What do you think?
I don't know. We're about to see. Great view here.
Yeah, I wish we had a better look at it. How about that?
An first down by
what did he make it by?
As the saying goes, by the hair of the chinny chin.
By the stripe of the football, which I think somebody here said, right?
Yep. So you're 1 for 2.
Thank you for pointing that out. You notice I said nothing about the one I missed. But I'm more than willing to talk about the one that I actually got right.
Hey, this Sparkman offense coming out here in the second half, clicking on all cylinders.
Tell you what, he's dealing the cards now.
First down at the 32. This Huntsville defense needs to come up with something here. Already down by 14. There's the handoff. Flag flies. Jaden Thomas falls forward for a short gain, but we've got to check the penalty.
I'm not sure. Maybe a procedure. Yeah, I thought the motion guy maybe was going forward at the snap, and I think they've gotten away with it a couple of times tonight. But that gentleman has been an infrequent visitor.
Illegal shift on the offense.
That is the 6th penalty against Sparkman. Coach White referenced the penalties in our interview with him at halftime. So 1st and 15 after the 5-yard mark off, back to the 37. I don't even know if a 5-yard penalty can slow down this bunch right now. Ward gets it over to Rozier quickly. Nice cutback at the 35, and Rozier is inside the 10, and he's going to take it in for the touchdown. The Harvey's on Noble touchdown.
Boy, I tell you what, that young man has been very, very impressive tonight. I do think we have a flag, though.
We do have a flag, but we'll check out the great run first.
Watch that little cutback right there. And watch him accelerate in the secondary. And watch this little outside cut right here. And it looks like we got a couple of pushes in the back. I think our truck used the term ticky-tack, which probably applies to this right here. Looks like the ball was well by them.
During the play, we had holding on the offense. Penalties 10 yards by the foul. Complete first down.
Well, I hate that for Rozier. Such a nice job on his part.
Penalty number 7 against Coach White's team, and this one takes a touchdown off the board.
I tell you, one of the things we haven't talked about Ward that I think has really contributed to his really great game tonight. He really anticipates well. You watch him; he throws the ball into the open area, knowing his receivers are going to adjust to it.
Goes down the middle of the field. Rozier's got it, knocked off his feet inside the 5, but it'll be a 1st and goal as Sparkman is in the AFS red zone after another Amherst first down. And Josh Ward, I tell you what, Coach, he's throwing strikes. It is the baseball playoff, so we'll use a baseball analogy here.
Well, this is the double post. What you do is you run an inside post on the safety. If he runs with the inside post, you throw it outside, depending upon your receiver to beat the corner, and that's exactly what happened on that. Ball was right on the money, and what a beautiful throw and catch right there. And right now in this drive, Sparkman is putting on a clinic.
We're going to have a offsides penalty here against the Huntsville defensive front.
Took a little while to call that. It seemed pretty obvious unless somebody moved offensively.
Prior to the snap, encroachment on the defense.
Nope. Not a fun place to be for Coach Fleetwood. You kind of feel it slipping away a little bit. You're about to go down by 3 scores.
Ward with the handoff, and into the end zone goes Jaden Drip Thomas for the Harveys on Noble touchdown.
Very impressive drive. A little bit of everything on that. Really knocked the Huntsville defensive line off the ball right there on the goal line. Kind of made a statement. Watch this push up front. Really nice.
Jaden Thomas coming in, one of the leading rushers on the team. And here's the Sonny King extra point, and it is blocked. So that'll make it keep the score at 34-14. But it is the largest lead of the night for Sparkman. As you see, Ward to Rozier, and then Thomas finishing it off with a touchdown.
I'm Sean from Right Way Auto Sales. Come see us on the Motor Mile. We have a huge inventory of cars, trucks, SUVs, and campers. 5th wheel bumper pull. No credit needed. No credit check. You name it, we got it. Come see us at Right Way on the Motor Mile. 50 campers in stock, 50 cars and trucks, good credit, bad credit, no credit, you're approved. Come see us at Right Way Auto Sales. No credit needed, no credit check. Come see us at Right Way on the Motor Mile.
Well, what a start to the second half for the Sparkman Senators. They led it 21-14 at halftime, but they have put up 2 touchdowns here in this third quarter, and their lead is now 34-14. Largest lead of the night for Sparkman. And we'd like to thank our friends at Rob Walker Architects LLC. They believe the architect's role extends beyond the traditional services. They serve as a close advisor and partner to the clients for the entire process. Rob Walker Architects. And I tell you what, this coach is the architect behind one of the best offenses in the state of Alabama this year.
Well, I tell you, they've been very, very impressive tonight, and created a huge obstacle for Huntsville High School.
Sarah Automotive kickoff will be a touchback. So Huntsville now here with less than 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. They need an answer offensively. They do not need another quick 3 and out.
Yeah, this is almost a must drive for a score. And you know, they're going to have to get production from Long and then hit some passes. Protection is going to be a real key. It was a problem in the first half, but for the most part, McClung was able to avoid the rush enough to create positive plays. Not so much in this half.
And here's Carlin Long fighting forward for some positive yardage. Tackle made by Yves Ponder for the Senators.
Tough going right there.
Gain of 5, second down and 5. Long gets the call again. Nice patience, good vision, and he bursts this one for a big one. It's an Amherst first down. As Carlin Long's good night continues. You know, they held him in check for about a quarter, Coach. Then he kind of got it rolling there in the second quarter.
Yeah, and you know, like all good backs, pretty good vision right there to see that cutback. It's kind of an instinct those good running backs all have.
And Long another carry. This one a gain of 4, second down and 6. You can have some success on the early downs. It obviously opens up some passing opportunities on play action. But Coach, I guess this is one sure way to keep Cameron Watkins out of your backfield, or at least sacking your quarterback.
Yeah, by running the ball, but that doesn't help right there. You know, those runs, you know, if they don't gain big yardage, they take up a lot of time, and that's something that frankly Huntsville doesn't have a whole lot of right now. They've got 3 scores to make up, and I don't think you want to just throw your game plan away, but I think you got to be fairly aggressive.
Nice play by Big Omar Talley, number 99. So third down and 9.
Third down and 9.
McClung throws the interception. And he's unable to make the tackle, so it is a pick 6 for Sean Williams.
Well, that was a wheel route that was supposed to go down the sideline, and I think that ball was thrown way prematurely. Just, you know, that rush has a cumulative effect on you. A little bit of a low snap, and you can see there's pressure 92 is upfield right now, and he just tried to get the ball out of there, and he found a receiver, unfortunately for Huntsville, that was wearing a white jersey.
So here's your Sonny King extra point attempt from Christian Burris. His last extra point attempt was blocked. The holder late getting on the field. And Burris knocks it through there. So it is now 41-14 It is a 20-0 third quarter here for Sparkman as they have outscored Huntsville in this third quarter. And I tell you, turnovers has been the big bugaboo, coach, for Huntsville. They've got 4 of them in this game.
Yeah, and all of them have been really crucial. Of course, that's the first one right there. There was a 14-point swing, and of course that flipped the field again. There's a 4th down that was stopped, and then this one that goes the other way. So that's 28 either real points or missed points that could have gone into this. And it's going to kind of set up an interesting scenario for that, probably the 4th playoff spot. And maybe we'll talk about that as we get into the 4th quarter here.
All right, you sit over there and do your homework and get your calculator out.
I've been a little distracted here. I'm trying to figure out the who's and ohs. I know one thing, that Albertville is out. They're 0-5. I know they're out, but everybody else I think is in.
And Jabbar will return this one from the 7. Hey, this young man runs hard. A good return out across the 30. So Huntsville will come out 1st and 10. And coach, now that this game seems to be taking shape here late in the third quarter, we can take a look at the region standings. We mentioned that it's kind of Austin's region to lose. Now, had Huntsville been able to win tonight, they would have gotten to play Austin next week, but it's not looking that way now. But you can kind of see how you got several teams there jumbled within 1 or 2 losses of each other.
Yeah, well, Sparkman has Florence left. Huntsville has Austin left. They're both going to be 3-3. Sparkman has the edge, so if they both win, it would be Sparkman. But if Sparkman loses and Huntsville wins, then Huntsville would have the edge.
Nice job by Huck Hensley breaking the tackle, and good yardage after the catch, picking up an first down.
Did any of that make any sense to me?
Yes, it did.
Okay,
it did. It makes about as much when you look at that. And you see at this time of year, it's not just 7A Region 4. There's a lot of regions across the state that are starting to look like that at this time of year, and that's what makes the last few weeks of the season fun to watch.
Oh, and the only thing that's predictable about any of this is that it's not predictable.
McClung has to just throw it away. That time they did a pretty good job on the backside, keeping Cameron Watkins away from McClung. Just good coverage down the field on that play.
Yeah, so tonight's game will certainly be a step, a step forward and a step backwards for somebody, but it's not going to be the final step. There's still a little more drama left in this regular season.
Second down and 10. Low snap. McClung gets it and passes incomplete. Was intended for Cam White. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. And Coach Fleetwood, we mentioned, they've got Austin next week and then at Hazel Green on the road.
Yeah, and of course, Hazel Green is a non-region game. So, if they beat Austin and Sparkman would lose, that would be their Sparkman's 4th loss, and they would get the 4th spot, as I see it from right here. I don't think I would go bet the house on what I'm saying, but I think that's pretty close to being accurate.
And McClung's pass for Hensley is well short of the mark. So that brings up 4th and 10, and that'll send the punting unit on.
Of course, what I'm wondering is how Sparkman is 2-3 in this region. I mean, they look pretty darn good.
Well, as you see their losses, Coach, you and I were talking about this earlier. They only lost to Austin by 3 in overtime. And then the James Clemens loss there, and Bob Jones, a region game there, the 48-40 game. That was obviously a scoring fest.
Yeah. And of course, if you remember the top of the show, we talked about how you pitch 3 shutouts and then give up 89 points in back-to-back games. That's hard to figure that. But you can see Florence, which will be a very tough game. Of course, that game will be at home, which I would think would be an advantage. Florence is second in the region at 4-1. So that'll be a tough contest. So it's not inconceivable that if Sparkman would trip up next week and Huntsville spring the upset, then Huntsville would move ahead of Sparkman.
So the punt, fair catch called for and made at the 22-yard line by Jalen Chambers. So Sparkman in control. 2:45 to play here in the third quarter as the offense comes back out. Behind the incredible night from number 16, Josh Ward.
At 4 TDs is a pretty good night's work, and we're not even in the fourth quarter yet.
First down at the 23. Taking a long time to snap this one. Play clock all the way down to 1. They just do get it off. And they go up top, and it's Rozier all the way down to the 40-yard line as he beats the coverage of Rodarius Hardy.
Well, one thing that's been proven tonight is that Huntsville has been not able to cover these speedy wide receivers one-on-one on deep routes. They've consistently gotten behind the Huntsville secondary, and boy, Sparkman and Ward have made them pay. And that young man's had quite a night. Matthew Rozier.
2 touchdown catches, along with several other catches. 1st and 10 at the Huntsville 39.
We have a stoppage.
Prior to the snap, delay a game on the offense.
Second time that's happened to Sparkman, and that is their 8th penalty of the game.
Yeah, that's been the big negative for them tonight, really. That's they've played really a very good defensive game. Offensively, they've been outstanding, but boy, they have been their own worst enemy.
And there's been 2 or 3 times they've snapped the ball with 1 second on the play clock. They could have had 3 more of these penalties. So 1st and 15. Ward leaves it with Davis, but he is wrapped up for a very short game.
Yeah, it was Todd Whitmore that got in there, the 6'6", 190-pound senior defensive end.
So 2nd down and 14.
Well, their offensive play caller has gotten plenty of screen time tonight now.
2nd down and 17, actually. Here's the pitch to Thomas. Thomas is taken down from behind by Malik Woods. It's going to be 3rd down.
Yeah, Woods was crashing from his edge position and just trailed that speed sweep and ran it down from behind. Really nice job. Think about Thomas. He's not going to fool around. He sees a gap when he runs that wide play. He's going to cut it up in there and try to split that defense.
So 3rd down and 15. Ward swings it out to Rozier, and he picks up about 5 inside the 40. That'll bring up 4th down, and that will likely be the final play of the third quarter. A third quarter that Huntsville will be happy to see end.
Yeah, this was a 7-point game not all that long ago, and boy, Sparkman just exploded.
What a third quarter for the Sparkman Senators. 3 unanswered touchdowns in this third quarter, and they have complete control of this game as they take a 41-14 lead into the fourth quarter. You're watching the AHSAA Game of the Week presented by Amherst.
The perfect checking account doesn't exist. Not at a bank, that is. So why do you keep looking there? At AmFirst, you can get no minimum balance or monthly fees, an instant issue debit card, and free checks with unlimited check writing. But who doesn't want more? Like a rewards program you'll actually use, and convenient digital tools that make it easy to manage your account from anywhere. Now you could try and find that at a bank, or you could save yourself the trouble by checking with us.
Uncle Marcus, will you tell us the story about King Boys again?
Sure. Well, it all started back in 2008.
2008?
We didn't have all the fancy toy equipment we do now, but we did have a service and a desire to help our customers. You see, kids, you must train your mind and your body to be able to help the people you call customer. When they call on us, it's showtime. Understand me. King Boy's mission is to help when people are in need. So what's our motto, children?
King Boys forever!
Get more this fall in Sylacauga with the power of 3. Tony Sarah Ford, Sarah Honda, and Sarah Nissan. The time to buy is now, with more value and selection.
Long before we became a new car dealer, we were a used car dealer, and we know used cars better than anyone. Sarah has hard-to-find inventory arriving daily from around the country, with over 1,200 pre-owned cars and trucks to choose from.
Tony Sarah Ford, Sarah Honda, and Sarah Nissan of Sylacauga, serving Alabama since 1981.
And the Huntsville cheerleaders here bringing us back to the beginning of the fourth quarter with our Smile Cam presented by T-Spa out of Huntsville. A third quarter that Huntsville would like to forget is it was a 21-14 game at halftime, and then fourth quarter it's a 41-14 game. And Sparkman with the ball, 4th and 9 to punt it away as we begin the fourth quarter. Their first punt of the night. And it will be a touchback.
And it broke the plane.
Look at Jalen Chambers. He protesting the call, but he clearly had a foot on the goal line.
Not even close, Jalen. Good try, though.
Well, you know, look at this from Huntsville's perspective, Coach. You know, had they been able to win tonight, they would have been 4-2 in the region, and they would have been at play Austin next week with a chance, obviously not to win the region, but to clearly have a strong position. Of course, they already have a big win over Bob Jones this year in region play, but Coach Fleetwood's team is, barring some kind of miraculous comeback, they're going to lose a key region game here late in the season.
Yeah, it's got to be disappointing to this point, and it seems like things are going from bad to worse.
That was Hensley in the Wildcat, couldn't handle the snap. I tell you, you know, you talk about the game that Josh Ward had offensively for Sparkman. There's no question his numbers incredible, and then what Cameron Watkins was able to do defensively, wreaking havoc in the Huntsville backfield. Second down, Hensley, or I should say McClung, back in there, and his pass is caught, but Hensley immediately tackled by Jalen Chambers.
Yeah, those 4- and 5-yard passes aren't going to get it, obviously. They've got to get some big chunks. But the thing you also want to do at this point is, you know, you just want to kind of forget the score and get a drive going. Get a first down, then try to get another one, and just get some positive stuff going again. And even if you can't win the game, to have a lot better feeling than you have right now.
So 3rd and 11, guess who? Cameron Watkins. I mean, it does help if you have someone at least trying to block him.
Well, and again, that's that slide protection. They slide away from him, and there's nobody there. And that was repeated several times in the first half, first time in the second half. And obviously they've got some kind of key on what Huntsville is doing. Either they're keying a back or some kind of formation or whatever, because that's several times where he has been unblocked in the backfield, and that'll do more damage to a quarterback than about anything else that can happen.
So a quick 3 and out and a punt from their own end zone. And this is caught by Chambers, and he will be taken out of bounds inside the 40. So Sparkman will have very good field position to begin this drive. We may start seeing some fresh faces enter the game. See if Coach White keeps his starters in there at this point. Looks like he will.
If I had to guess, I'd say that the starters will get one more drive.
There you see starter Josh Ward is coming back out. First down at the 40. This is Thomas, and nice defensive play by Jody Drake and Malik Woods.
But when that ball hit the ground, it was dead, because that ball was one of those batted speed sweeps where the quarterback just bats it like a volleyball to the receiver, and of course if it's not caught cleanly, it's an incomplete pass.
Stopping the clock with 9:38.
Which I vehemently disagree with. You know, I think the intention is for it to be a running play. It should be counted as a handoff, but you know, nobody's really asked my opinion. So
pass is caught at the 35, and going down quickly there is Rozier. Or correction, that is Montgomery.
I was a little bit concerned the way that Montgomery went down so quick that he injured himself, and he does look a little bit gimpy right there.
So 3rd down and 6 for the Senators. Ward gets the pass away, and it is incomplete. Flag comes in. We're going to have interference called against Rodarius Hardy, defending against Carmelo Montgomery.
Yeah, I thought that there was contact and some grabbage right there. You can see that right arm is hooked around the right arm of the receiver, and that's going to get called every time.
During the play, we had pass interference on the defense. Penalty yards results in a first down.
So a new set of downs after the penalty, 1st and 10. Ward to throw, and they go for the touchdown, and they get it. Flag comes in as Carmelo Anthony caught the touchdown pass.
Beautiful throw. Drop that ball right over the outside shoulder. I saw some pushing on both
pass
sides.
Interference here.
Yeah, looks like they're going to call offensive interference. See if we get a look at it.
Montgomery getting separation there. The official said he pushed off right there at the end.
I don't really see anything real
During
flagrant.
the play, we had pass
but
interference on the offense. Penalties 15 yards from the previous spot. First down.
But we don't have the angle that our official had, obviously.
Here's another look. You see the right hand and the left
there's a couple
hand.
hands on the back right there, but
So Ward with the handoff. Oh, and Thomas just tripped up there by Jarrell Goodlow.
That was one of those shoestring tackles that we see every once in a while, or he would have been off to the races.
So 2nd down. 23 yards to go for the first down. And the play clock goes under 10. Hand it off to Thomas. And there's your leading tackler, Malik Woods, busting through there and holding on.
And they ran him straight through the center guard gap unmolested and grabbed a hold of that belt and would not let go.
So it'll be 3rd down. Still about 23 yards to go. But Sparkman is milking a lot of the clock here in the 4th quarter.
That's 32-3, which is 32-3, which is a corner route to the right side of the screen.
Ward throws it deep for Rozier and could not make the grab down at the 2-yard line. All right, Coach, we're being asked for the truck for you to explain this.
There's a wave 32 drive, 2, drive, stop. That last part to the nose is not part of the signal. I just want to make that clear.
That's due to a crisp, cool night here in Huntsville.
And the thing you don't know is how many of those things are, the real deal, and how many of them are just setups.
So on 4th and 20 plus yards to go, 4th and 23, Sparkman is sending in the punting unit, and they may just let the clock run down and take a 5-yard delay of game penalty and milk as much of the game clock as they can.
Prior snap, delay game on the offense. Still 4th down.
Well, that one was intentional, but it is the 3rd delay of game penalty against Sparkman, their 10th penalty overall. Really the only issue they've had tonight.
Yeah, it's 41-14. I don't know. I think I might chunk one up in the end zone.
Hensley muffs it. Sparkman recovers at the 10. This has just been a nightmare second half for Huntsville. That was recovered by Lawrence Taylor or I should say Yves Ponder of Sparkman.
Yeah, they, like I said, I think I'd punt it there and try to get a turnover. The thing you got to do is you got to watch that back tip of that football and try to cradle it like it's a big funnel and catch it as high as you can. Let it get below his eyes a little bit too much, came off those fingertips, and it's just been that kind of night for Huntsville.
And the T-Spa of Huntsville smile cam. See a lot of smiles on that Sparkman sideline about right now.
But you will see from here on out. They've had quite a night.
And the first down give is to Thomas. Boy, you could tell he wanted another touchdown before he got out of Milton Frank Stadium tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty tough defensive play by that Huntsville interior that time, though. Still playing hard up front.
So 2nd and goal. And again, Sparkman content to work as much of the clock as possible. This is Thomas. He gets outside and he will get in for the touchdown this time. The Harvey's on Noble touchdown extends the Sparkman lead.
Yeah, the edge defender to that side got caught inside, and we have some more laundry.
Do we have a hold on the perimeter there?
Well, we got a discussion on the perimeter right now, partner.
And another discussion.
This might be on Huntsville. They're seeing when they want the penalty. I think he's going to say they want it on the kickoff.
We have a touchdown. After the play, we have a unsportsmanlike conduct on White. That's penalty be assessed on the kickoff.
So the 11th penalty of the game against Sparkman. And the Sonny King extra point. Christian Burris been a busy man tonight. He's been perfect other than one that was blocked. And he sends this one through there. So it's now 48-14. And Sparkman came in averaging 44 games, so they have surpassed that mark here tonight.
Really an explosive football team that has a really good scheme and some very good skill players and a big offensive line to go with it. That's usually a combination for a lot of points. And Coach White is still coaching. It doesn't looks like he's unhappy about something.
We're going to step aside for a timeout. 6:06 to go here in the fourth quarter. Back to Milton Frank Stadium in a moment.
Are you ready for some football? Then WOTM is the place for you. On Thursday nights at 7 p.m., veteran broadcaster Mickey Shadrick and former high school state champion and collegiate national champion Coach Rick Rhodes bring you live coverage of the AHSAA TV Network Game of the Week, presented by AmFirst. Friday nights at 7 p.m., it's the TV24 Game of the Week, presented by Sonny King Ford. And the action continues Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. with an encore presentation. Drummond's Company, Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, right here on WOTM.
And a very nice shot of the sky overhead. Milton Frank Stadium in Huntsville. A very cool evening here in the Rocket City. Temperature 52 degrees right now, clear skies. And it has been all Sparkman here in the second half. A 21-14 game at halftime has turned into a Sparkman rout here in the second half.
Yeah, they really have. That's 27 unanswered, and they have just dominated, obviously, the second half.
And here's your Sarah Automotive kickoff. And after the penalty, Jabbar fields it way upfield and follows a sea of red for a very good return. And talk about the defensive effort from Cameron Watkins tonight, Coach. Here's a little bit of a sampling of what he was able to do tonight.
Well, you know, he's been a presence in the Huntsville backfield the entire night, and you know, he's gone inside blocks, he's gone outside blocks. When they haven't blocked him, he's made them pay just about every time, which is, you know, sometimes you don't block people and they're not a real big factor, but that young man he's been in the Huntsville backfield all night.
You know, he is one of those pass rushers that really, when that ball is snapped, he looks pretty determined.
Yeah, and he's got good quickness and gets upfield in a hurry, and at 6'2", 225, he arrives with some presence. I don't know what the stoppage is here.
Here we go, 1st and 10 at the 47. And here comes that number 33 again as McClung fills him one more time from behind. And I tell you what, McClung is, I think he's going to be seeing number 33 for a day or two after this game.
Yeah, and again, you know, just a really nice movie. You know, more of the tight end, number 44, tries to block him, but a nice hand swat right there, and dips and rips right through the outside shoulder, and again pressures the quarterback.
Running play here. is Long with a nice carry down inside the 30 and steps out of bounds after an Amherst first down, stopping the clock. And Dave, if you're going to be playing Sparkman, if you're watching tonight, you better have a game plan to block number 33.
Yeah, there is no doubt about that, and you better be able to score some points too.
Here is Long. And wrapped up this time on a nice play by the Sparkman defense, led by Deontay Lovelace. So 2nd and 9. And of course, the turnovers really derailed any realistic chance that Huntsville had in this game tonight.
Yeah, you know, turnovers always come back to get you. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
And the pass is broken up. Nice play there by Sean Williams, who had the pick 6 earlier in the half.
You know, I'm just kind of wondering, I'm looking. Of course, Sparkman has Florence next week, and I tell you, if they can beat Florence next week, I think this team may make a little bit of noise in the playoffs. Now, you know, they made the playoffs last year, lost very badly to Hoover in the first round, if my memory's, maybe it was Hewitt Trustful. It was, you know, I know they lost very badly in the first round, but this team looks like they maybe could make some noise.
And the middle screen incomplete, a little too high for Hensley. Once again, McClung was under pressure.
Yeah, and again, you know, I mean, you want to try to do something positive, have a little better feeling you have right now, but this is going to be no way to sugarcoat, a tough night for Huntsville. I think they thought they could win this game, and even at halftime, but the second half is just really just blown up on them.
So 4th and 9. Panthers go for it. McClung's pass is intercepted. Same guy. That is Sean Williams. He's going to have another pick 6. 2 pick 6s in this second half for Sean Williams.
Well, and you know, Williams is just sitting on the short ball now. He almost picked off the one before that. And, you know, he read that all the way and broke on the football. And you're going to see it right here. You're going to see he's going to catch that ball in stride coming forward. Just beats the receiver to the ball and going to take it to the house.
The official doing what he can to keep up.
Well, he's the only one that had an angle on him, and he wasn't going to catch him.
Sean Williams left him pretty quickly. How many guys can say they've had 2 pick 6s in one half?
I think that's pretty rare breed of cat right there.
Sonny King extra point. It is quite a blowout here, 55 to 14. And hey, why not look ahead? Next Thursday night lights, as we head down to the capital city. What should be a really interesting matchup between Carver, Montgomery, and Pike Road. We'll have it for you, 7 o'clock kickoff, the AHSAA statewide game of the week. Next week from Montgomery, presented by Amherst.
Should be a good one. Well, you know, from a purely fan standpoint, it's a shame this game got away, because the first half was very, very enjoyable and hard fought and very entertaining. This is the second half. If you're a Sparkman fan, it's been a great football game. They've put on quite a show. Pretty frustrating though for the boys in blue and red.
And what a second half for this young man, Sean Williams, just a junior. Really good cover corner, good instinct for the ball,
good return ability. When you say,
yeah, got quite a stride when he gets going.
Good hair. I mean, you know, guy's got it all.
So another Sarah Automotive kickoff. Quite a few of those tonight for Sparkman.
He's going to have to ice his leg.
Jabbar from inside the 5. Takes a big hit at the 22-yard line. Very good coverage that time by Josh Murphy. And now time to announce our big-time entertainment player of the game. You know, we had some options tonight, Coach, but it's hard to not select quarterback Josh Ward. What a night he had with 4 touchdown passes, just in control of the game. And I think, you know, as well as he played in the first half, he came out in that second half and just really pinpoint with his accuracy.
Yeah, he really has thrown some beautiful balls, especially in the second half. You know, here's one of them right here. I mean, that ball's right where you want to put it. And you see the frustration that his passing caused. I mean, if there's an open receiver, he's hit him. And really had an outstanding game. But as you said, there's some other guys that could have been considered for sure.
I tell you, the officials have been pretty picky about the equipment issues before the snap, so we're going to have a timeout here.
Yeah, they sent number 5 off. I don't know exactly what. Looks like we're seeing the Sparkman backups in now.
And Huntsville still has starting quarterback Jax McClung in the game. First down at the 23. Hand off to Jabbar, and he is hit behind the line of scrimmage. Tackle for loss that time by Jamarian Matthews, a true freshman in the game.
He got upfield in a hurry. I think in his mind, he's saying, I want to play more, and I'd like to play a little earlier in the game. He showed great quickness.
Second down and 15. This is Jabbar. And another stop there for number 42, Jamarian Matthews. Again, just a 9th grader has come in this game. Made 2 consecutive nice defensive plays. So 3rd down and 15.
You know, there's nothing in the Huntsville record that would have indicated this was coming. All their games have been pretty close. I mean, their worst game was a 27-7 loss to Florence. But the wheels have come off tonight.
3rd and 17. And a nice run here by Lawrence Taylor, but it's not going to be enough. That'll make it 4th down. Got a flag.
Personal foul. Against Sparkman.
Personal foul penalty against Sparkman.
Has there been an ejection? Kind of looks like it.
You see number 90 leaving the game. Kirkland Whittle.
You know, I don't think it'd been in but about 4 or 5 plays. I mean, that's it's not the way to get more playing time.
So still 3:10 to go in this one.
I'm going to go to the sideline and have a conversation.
Again, Coach White will not be happy about these penalties. That's 12 against his team in this game.
No, and they're the kind of things, you know, that in a game like this, you say, well, hey, you know, we won big, but down the road, there are going to be some games that are going to be where every snap is important, and if these things don't get corrected, they could cost you big time.
Right, a personal foul against a white, throwing a punch. He disqualified himself from the rest of the contest. First down.
Kind of like the way you put that. And as I said, it's pretty strange. You've been in about 4 plays and you get yourself booted from the game. That doesn't make much sense.
So it results in a first down, and boy, Lawrence Taylor took a shot that time from Noah Hartley. As we go under 3 minutes to play. Second down and 2. Once again, it's Taylor, and Taylor's going to have an first down. He was tackled there by Sean Williams.
Of course, from a coaching perspective, you know, this is when you have a great opportunity, and I know that Coach White will take advantage of it. You know, when you win big, that's the best time in the world to really, for lack of a better term, lay into some people that have done some things that don't make any sense and try to prove some points.
So here's Taylor taken off his feet at the 37 by Noah Hartley. He's made a couple of plays here in this fourth quarter.
Nice tackle there by Hartley.
Under 2 now to play. And we have a play stoppage for an injured player. The young man who just carried the ball, that's Lawrence Taylor. All right, Coach, while we're getting the injured player checked out, we'll take a look at the Class 1A rankings.
Yeah, still, you know, I mean, of course, the top 10 always has a lot of depth to it, a lot of good teams, but those first 5 pretty salty. 5, you know, somebody would say this every week. Imagine that, 5 on top of that. Highland Home, best team they've had in a long time. It'll be interesting to see if it comes down to those 2, but still a long way to go on that. Mars Hill keeps hanging on to that #1 spot in 3A, but the road to the 3A title goes through Piedmont, Alabama. There's no question about that.
And we do know after what we saw from Gordo, they will have a say in
absolutely
in 3A. This is
very
Marlon Jones's first carry of the game. 4A, Montgomery Catholic and Anniston, Andalusia, Priceville, all undefeated in those top 4 spots.
And I think Catholic and Andalusia may hook up this week. If not, it's very soon. UMS Wright sitting at the top of 5A, but Leeds and Moody are right behind them. Moody with the best team they've had in a long time. Some real talent in that team.
3rd down and 8. Again, Huntsville just keeping it on the ground, trying to get this game over with, and Marlon Jones picks up an first down. Class 6A.
Yeah, they say this is the best Saraland team in a long time. Maybe the best ever in the history of the school. Again, a lot of talent there, but again, those first 6 really good. And the bottom of that top 10 is not too shabby either.
And it is a first down at the 25. Once again, this is Marlon Jones on the carry, and we'll take a look, of course, at the last classification, Class 7A.
Of course, Auburn has been on top the whole time, and you know, a couple games coming up, Thompson and Hoover. That'll be a very interesting ball game. Central and Auburn, and of course, in the back of any football fan's mind in this state, you wonder what a Thompson Auburn would rematch in the Super 7 would be like. When you consider the events of a couple years ago, and of course we got a long way to go before anything gets to that. But it's going to be a fun last part of the year.
And they wind the clock, and that'll be the final play of this one. And It was all Sparkman in this second half. They shut out Huntsville, do not allow a point for the Panthers in the second half. And they win this one going away 55-14 to improve to 5-3 overall. More importantly, they up their region record to 3-3 with a game against Florence next week. We will take a break and come back with more from Milton Frank Stadium in just a moment.
Mr. President, Bessemer Superhighway is backed up. What are we going to do?
Are you serious? Get me the King Boys.
King Boys Towing is the fastest growing tow and recovery company in Birmingham and surrounding areas for one reason. Our customers are our top priority. Whether your car's been in an accident, it's stuck in the driveway and won't start, or you just need a tow to your preferred repair shop, give us a call. Our fleet of flatbed tow trucks will provide courteous and fast service. King Boys Towing, 205-428-3235.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
You know, Tony, it's almost that time of year again. Well, we already know the outcome. Roll Tide.
No, not that game. I'm talking about scoring the Game of the Week special at Sunny King Ford.
You can save 20% on Ford or Bronco merch at Sunny King Ford. Just mention Sunny King Ford, Game of the Week. Only at Sunny King Ford.
That's right, Sunny King Ford on the sunny side of the street, Anniston, Oxford.
Now that's a catch.
Back at Milton Frank Stadium in Huntsville on the heels of quite a performance from Sparkman as they knock off Huntsville 55-14. They turn a 21-14 halftime game into a second half rout.
Well, very impressive performance by them. You know, we knew going into the game that this is an offense that was the #1 ranked offense in 7A, and they sure demonstrated tonight a lot of firepower. And of course, a couple of those scores were defensive scores as well. If there was a downside to it, you know, a lot of penalties and some stuff that kind of reared its ugly head that, frankly, the great teams just don't do. And I know Coach White will address all those things.
Well, and of course, a number of turnovers tonight in this game for Huntsville really handicapped their chances. They were obviously in this game in the first half, and but it was just too much Sparkman in the second half. We're now joined by Sparkman head coach LaRon White. And Coach, I got to ask you, what did you tell your team at halftime? Because the first half, you had a 21-14 lead. It was just absolute dominance in the second half for your team.
Well, we told them, you know, I told them, you know, offensive-wise, I'm an old school, Coach Stallings, you know, get a lead and kind of sit on it. But I told them, guys, we was going to keep on throwing the ball, keep on being explosive, and try to keep on just putting them in the bind and not just sit on it.
Coach, obviously a very impressive performance. I know you've got a tough one in Florence next week. You know, kind of maybe a tough question, but how far can this team go? I mean, very impressive tonight.
We got a good team. I told our guys I felt really bad about the last two games against James Clemens and Bob Jones because we're good enough to beat those guys. But what happened is they had two great quarterbacks who had two great games against us. And we got a good football team, and we've been working hard all week. We've been working hard all season. You know, I'm proud of this team and everything. They just hung in there. We got to keep on hanging in there every week.
Speaking of quarterbacks, Coach, you got a pretty good one on your sideline.
Yes, sir. I mean, he went to work. He has a strong arm and a good ball. And we knew Huntsville was going to play a lot of man coverage and bring the blitz. And when that happens, you got a chance to make big plays, and that's what happened.
Josh Ward with 4 touchdown passes tonight. And Coach, obviously before we let you go, comment on the fact that obviously this was a huge region victory for you tonight.
It was. It puts us in position to continue to have a chance to make the playoff. We just got to do what we got to do. Just go back here next week and play against Florence and try to beat them and just see what happens.
Coach, congratulations. Quite a performance. Congratulations on the big region win.
Thank you.
All right, Sparkman Coach Ron White joining us here. As we get ready to wrap it up, Coach, appreciate everything tonight and look forward to again next week. Thanks to all of you for tuning in tonight. What a game for Sparkman. It is a very impressive with a 55-14 victory over Huntsville. For our entire Thursday Night Lights crew, we'll see you again next Thursday from Montgomery.
The perfect checking account doesn't exist. Not at a bank, that is. So why do you keep looking there? At AmFirst, you can get no minimum balance or monthly fees, an instant issue debit card, and free checks with unlimited check writing. But who doesn't want more? Like a rewards program you'll actually use, and convenient digital tools that make it easy to manage your account from anywhere. Now you could try and find that at a bank, or you could save yourself the trouble by checking with us.